She used to get enthusiastic when she texted you, but these days her responses are aloof or seem familiar. When a woman stops texting or becomes distant, it's known as the pullback effect. But I'll show you exactly how to handle it like a high-value man and turn the situation to your advantage. The truth is that most of the time, a woman's pullback has less to do with you and more to do with her own internal issues. Modern women deal with a lot of pressure, constant external validation from social media, and their own emotional complexities. She may be withdrawing to preserve her serenity or to reassess the relationship, but here's the twist. This pullback could also be a subconscious test because women frequently want to see how you handle situations where their attention isn't entirely on you. Will you break down, react emotionally, or stay composed and focused on your own life? How you handle her distance is far more telling than anything you could say in a text. Here's the mental adjustment you need to make. Her pullback isn't rejection. Rather, it's information that tells you where she is emotionally and how she views the connection right now. Instead of reacting impulsively, pause and reflect on what her behavior indicates about her mental state. Then consider how I can respond in a manner that aligns with my own self-respect. Gaining control over your emotions by being curious instead of afraid can help you comprehend this contemporary woman. Respect self-reliance and emotional intelligence. A man who reacts in a desperate or needy way demonstrates that he lacks emotional control, which is quite off-putting, while a man who can remain composed and unaffected demonstrates to her that he is confident in himself regardless of her actions. Develop emotional self-control. When a woman acts distant, it can be overwhelming. The silence can be overwhelming, and the temptation to seek clarification or reassurance can be overwhelming. However, let's face it, most men fail at this point because they allow their emotions to control their behavior. They send numerous texts asking what's wrong or attempting to make things right away, which only makes her feel more distant because it comes across as needy and insecure. The first step is to learn to control your emotions. One of the main components of being a high-value man is having emotional control. It's not enough to seem composed on the outside. You also need to truly distance yourself from her behavior. Whether or not she messages you back, your feeling of self-worth and purpose should endure. Modern women often face emotional turmoil, from personal concerns to social media tragedies. In their often unstable world, women find solace when they encounter a man who can maintain composure under pressure. Emotional stability isn't just appealing, it's magnetic. To acquire emotional control, practice self-control management (ISM) in your daily life. Start with yourself. Stoicism advises you to let go of what you can't control and focus on what you can. You can control your response, but not her actions. Rather than acting on impulse, take a moment to consider what's more appealing in the long run. When she realizes that her distance doesn't shake you, will she choose a man who pursues and begs for her attention, or one who quietly goes about his life with the assurance that he'll be all right no matter what? The choice may reveal her true feelings and priorities. Ultimately, confidence and self-assurance often prove to be more attractive than desperation. It conveys a strong message. The biggest mistake men make when a woman withdraws is to give her even more attention. They start texting, calling, or attempting to win her back. This shows her that you're a man who doesn't rely on outside validation, and in a world where most men break under pressure, this level of composure sets you apart. Think about it. Before you met her, your life was probably full of goals, passions, and hobbies. You had things that made you content and gave you purpose. However, somewhere along the way, you might have started prioritizing her over yourself. This is your chance to realign with what truly matters. The harder you chase, the farther she runs. This is because chasing signals desperation, and desperation kills attraction. Begin by resuming your personal development. Work out, concentrate on your work, pick up a new skill, or hang out with friends who encourage you when you put in the effort to better yourself. First of all, the display makes you more appealing. Avoid mind tricks. The second you stop obsessing over her actions, you're a man with a purpose. The worst part is that she's much more likely to notice your absence and return when you stop pursuing her. By concentrating on yourself, you can restore your self-assurance and recall the initial attraction she felt for you. Contemporary women gravitate towards men who have lives beyond the partnership. They seek a companion, not a project. Being independent is appealing, and it piques her interest again when she witnesses you succeeding without her continual supervision. 4. Respect yourself and set boundaries. If she is acting aloof, it's critical to respect yourself as well as her. Establishing boundaries demonstrates self-respect and communicates your desired treatment to others. For instance, if she texts you inconsistently or keeps ignoring you, it's acceptable to deal with it coolly and assertively. You could say something like, "I've noticed some distance lately. If you need space, that's okay, but I value open communication." Here it's important to tackle the matter with confidence rather than annoyance. Setting boundaries is about respecting your time and energy, not about demanding her attention. If she keeps acting aloof without offering an explanation or attempting to get back in touch, it might be time to reassess the relationship. Remember, a high-value man doesn't seek attention. He recognizes his worth and is ready to depart if his expectations aren't satisfied. Modern women love men who have the guts to set limits because it shows that you value yourself enough to put up with disrespect or inconsistent application of healthy boundaries. Ironically, this often heightens her attraction to you as it demonstrates your strength and confidence. 5. The power of silence. Your first reaction may be to send her extra texts or calls when she stops messaging. Avoid giving in to this temptation. One of the most effective strategies you can use as a high-value man is silence. It builds mystery and gives her time to think about the relationship. If she's truly interested, she will notice your absence and reach out. If not, she wasn't the right person for you. Silence also saves your energy because you can concentrate on your objectives and yourself rather than wasting time trying to figure out why she acts the way she does. When she returns, you'll be in a stronger emotional, mental, and even physical state. Don't engage in mind games. 6. In terms of physical. When she withdraws, it can be tempting to mimic her behavior by becoming jealous or playing hard to get, but this may only work temporarily. Ultimately, it damages the bond and produces needless drama. Modern women, particularly those with strong values, are aware of these strategies, which not only diminish their respect for you, but also emphasize sincerity. If she seems aloof, don't react with manipulation or passive aggression. Instead, handle the matter with integrity and emotional maturity. If she reaches out, be kind, but avoid getting too involved, since this could backfire and poison the connection. The power of silence holds immense value. Men are direct and emotionally intelligent, and when they see that you don't care about flimsy strategies, you stand out from the other men who do. 7. Honor her independence. Respecting a woman's autonomy is a critical quality of high-value men. When she stops texting or becomes aloof, it's important to acknowledge her freedom to make her own decisions and control her emotions. Many men make the mistake of trying to rectify the situation or insisting on answers, which only adds to her stress and may lead to her feeling suffocated. In a world where so many men seek constant validation, respecting her autonomy also shows confidence and communicates that you're not dependent on her actions for your happiness or self-worth. In a world where so many men seek constant validation, this kind of self-assurance is rare and attractive, so be prepared to walk away. The harsh reality is that not every woman who pulls back will return, and that's okay. Men who understand and respect modern women's independence and provide the necessary space without guilt-tripping or questioning her tend to attract them. If she consistently displays aloofness or inattention, it could suggest that she has lost interest in these situations, even though a man understands that he is entitled to a reciprocal connection. The most powerful action you can take is to leave. If she isn't willing to meet with you, going away doesn't mean slamming the door with resentment or rage. Rather, it's about preserving your own serenity and dignity. Remember that scarcity creates value when you're willing to leave situations that don't serve you, because it demonstrates that you're confident enough to be alone rather than settle. If you're willing to walk away halfway through a relationship, then she's not the right woman for you. By doing this, you're creating space for someone who will appreciate and return your efforts. This way of thinking not only maintains your self-respect, but also attracts the right people into your life. 9. Develop an attitude of abundance. When a woman withdraws, men often make the mistake of believing she is their only option. Develop an abundant mindset instead of a scarcity perspective, which leads to desperation and overreaction. Realize that there are countless amazing women out there, and one person's distance doesn't define your worth or potential. An abundance mindset helps you detach emotionally and approach relationships from a place of strength. Instead of focusing on what you've lost, you focus on the opportunities ahead. This shift in perspective not only boosts your confidence, but also makes you more attractive to women when you embody abundance. You stop seeking validation and approval from any one person. This energy is magnetic because it shows you're not afraid to walk away and thrive on your own. Women notice this, and often their distance melts away when they see you living your life fully without them. 10. Build long-term emotional strength. When a woman stops texting or acts distant, it's not just about handling the situation, it's about building resilience for the future. Emotional strength is a skill that separates high-value men from the rest. This isn't about pretending not to care. Developing a mindset where external circumstances, such as someone's behavior, don't control your inner serenity is the first step toward building long-term emotional strength. Mindfulness and self-awareness are key components of this process. Recognize your emotions and remind yourself that you control them. Journaling, meditation, or even exercise like jogging or boxing can be beneficial. Over time, you'll discover that circumstances like these no longer affect you as much. Today's women hold emotional strength in high regard, drawn to men who not only withstand pressure, but also gracefully navigate challenges. This strength not only enhances your relationships, but also changes your life. When you develop into the type of man who can face uncertainty without losing his composure, you gain a newfound sense of self-assurance and personal strength. We appreciate you viewing, and if you think this was helpful, please leave a comment below with your ideas. Don't forget to click the bell, give it a like, and subscribe to receive more guidance on becoming the high-value man you were born to be. I'll see you in the next video.